Hello, everyone. So today we are doing a pick a card reading. This pick a card reading is going to be about where you will be in the next year. So 1 year from now, where will you be? What will your love life look like? What will your finances look like? What will your personal progression look like in the next year? So this is a timeless reading, as most of my readings are. So that means from whenever you click on this reading, that's when you want to project 1 year from that time. Or it could go based on how you want to do it. If for whatever the reason you don't click on this video for an entire year and you feel like this reading resonates for where you are in life right now, or at the moment that you click on the video, then so be it. Really just follow your intuition. I really like pick a card readings because it allows you, the viewer, to take a proactive stance in channeling your own message. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to look at these three cards, and whichever card calls to you the most, that's your card. Each card represents a group. I'm going to do a reading for each group. The spider spirit is group number 1. The seahorse spirit will be group number 2. And the peacock spirit is group number 3. If you feel called to more than one group, then that is your right. You can listen to both readings, and both readings can resonate for you. So take the messages as they resonate, leave what doesn't. Then again, this is a reading for the next year, where you will be 1 year from now. And if you click on this video when it uploads, then we're talking about summertime, July or August, rather, because this is August now. August of next year, 2026. Okay, so take a moment, pause the video if you need to. You have the spider spirit, the seahorse spirit, or the peacock spirit. And then we'll jump into the reading. Okay, group 1. You all selected the spider spirit. And the small message, oracle message that is on the spider spirit is, make your dreams real. I'm going to read to you guys really quick what the overall oracle message is for the spider spirit. It says, weaving your dreams into the fabric of life begins with a single thread of intention. And then spirit joins you as your co-weaving partner. Take but a single step to make your dream a reality, and spirit will take 10 toward you. For the universe is designed to support your dream weaving. Spider spirit arrives when you need reminding of the awesome power of co-creation. Spider spirit arrives when you need reminding of the awesome power of co-creation with spirit. Ideas and resources will begin to appear as if by magic, as you begin to bring your dreams from the realm of intention into the world of senses where they take form. The action you need to take is to be clear about your intentions and then act as if you've become the one that lives the life you desire. The web of creation has an uncanny way of coming together to weave the beautiful pattern you set in motion. Another message of spider spirit is about any creative project you may be considering: writing, painting, music, journaling, gardening, etc. Now is the time when inspiration wants to be channeled through you as something creative, even artistic and tangible. Creative projects are successful now if you are so inclined. Let yourself be open to abundance. So that was your message for the spider spirit. I wasn't actually, I need to move this over. I didn't know that it was knocking on this light like this. I didn't know that message was going to be so long. That was a pretty long message, if I do say so myself. So we're going to get started with just some general signs and synchronicities for you to be looking out for as this year approaches, right? So starting today, counting from today, 365 days. Spirit, what does group 1 need to be aware of? What signs and synchronicities do you want group 1 to notice? The number 9. So as this new year approaches, you guys are wrapping something up. Something is coming to a completion, a total completion. Some of you are completing a karmic cycle. Some of you all are completing some kind of journey that results in you guys reaching a major milestone in your life. Eight, abundance. That's so good, y'all. The number 8 for abundance. So you guys are wrapping up one cycle and then walking into another cycle. And this new cycle will be abundant. 8 is also a number of brand new beginnings. So you see the synchronicity here where you got the number 9 that indicates the completion of a cycle. And then you've got the number 8 here that indicates a brand new beginning. And not just any beginning, an abundant one. Glow up. Oh my God, group 1. Oh my goodness. You see this, the spider spirit card says, make your dreams real. And it looks like for you guys, group 1, you guys are really going to be taking this message to heart. You guys are really going to make your dreams real within this next year. This time next year, you guys will be abundant. You guys will have gone through a transformation that everybody can see. You're going to glow up. Pain. So not for naught. It won't have been for nothing. You guys went through a lot in your previous journey, through your previous cycle. You guys went through a lot. And for some of you, it was a very painful cycle. We're going to move on now to this one. Okay, distracted, sidetracked, change and delays. Beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. Spying. Okay. So here's what I'm getting. Some of you all may be content creators, some kind of creative. You guys are some type of creative, whether you make content online or maybe you may paint, art, draw, I don't know, but you guys are some type of creative. And you all have a social network, and people are going to be mesmerized by you. Not just your beauty, but your charm. The confidence that you wield while you do the things that fulfill you spiritually is going to draw people in. Releasing. Yeah, you guys are releasing your old life. Nourish. Self-growth, self-focus, and soul finding. Interesting. Interesting. So this is a part of this glow up has to do with your spiritual path. This is not just because, you got in the gym or you changed your diet or you're doing a new skincare regimen, which these could all be things that are a part of your spiritual alignment or your spiritual path. I'm not saying that they're not, but these are not just random hacks, beauty hacks or career hacks that you've picked up. This is because you have decided to take your spiritual journey, your soul's mission, more seriously. You are actually executing your soul's mission. And because you are honoring yourself, validating your own feelings and desires, you are blossoming. You're glowing up because you are closer to the divine. I don't know, some of you all may know the story, the Exodus story, right? When Moses gets the Israelites out of Egypt, and then they end up in the wilderness, and Moses goes up on the mountain. He spends time with God, and then he comes down with the tablets with the 10 Commandments on it. So God spoke to him the entire time he was up on the mountain, one-on-one, face to face. And when Moses came back down from the mountain, his face was literally glowing. That is how the story is told in the Old Testament, that his face was literally glowing because he had been in the presence of God on the mountaintop. That is what is going on with y'all here. Because you're honoring your soul's mission and you are executing that mission, these milestones that you are reaching are in alignment with your highest purpose. And your highest purpose, when we start achieving milestones that are in alignment with our highest purpose, then that means we're literally climbing a ladder, getting closer and closer and closer to the Most High, getting closer and closer and closer to God, getting closer and closer and closer to Spirit, or however, whoever, whatever you like to say when you speak of the holy unseen. And because of that, when you come down from your mountaintop, you're glowing. You talking different. You're walking different. You have a new purpose. You have a new outlook on life. And your vibration is significantly higher than it's ever been. And so because of that, but that is a drastic change and people cannot help but notice. So it's not just so much that you're going to be just charming and mesmerizing. They're looking at the reflection of the Most High through you. And that's why people will be mesmerized by you. People are going to be following you, whether it be on Instagram, wherever it is you present what you do, they're going to follow your work. Open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. Okay, so this is also about you guys opening your heart chakra. So what happens here when we open our heart chakra? This is another stair on the ladder that takes us to the highest vibration. The highest vibration is love. And love is deeper than the emotions that we feel for another person. This is deeper than the desire to want to give someone affection. Love is about anything and everything that you love. Right? So when we find a way, when we learn our own matrix of how to open our own heart and to get our own heart chakra flowing the way that it should be, then what we do is we attract more love. By the way, opening the heart chakra requires that we start with what we know. Even if you're starting at square one and you've never done this before, right? You can start with the little things by doing the things that you love. No, you may not understand completely what to do or how to do, but you can start with a baby step. And that baby step is simply just doing something that you love. If being out in nature is something that you love and it brings you peace, then scheduling a walk on your local trail once a week, that's one way that you can invite love in. Open your heart chakra a little more and a little more and a little more until you've bursted it wide open. I know y'all have seen The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, where in the beginning of the movie, his heart was like the size of a marble. It was all shriveled up. And by the end of the movie, his heart was huge. And that's kind of like what this is, which is actually beautiful, because that means even though this doesn't have to be about someone coming in with a romantic offer, eventually it will result in that, because that's what you will be attracting is love. Shocking. People are not going to be able to believe their eyes. You guys are getting ready to go through such a big transformation. This cycle that is completing and this cycle that you're about to start, what am I trying to say here? The cycle that you guys are completing is a cycle of mundane, mediocrity, pain. These are the things that people know you for. There are people who have witnessed you in your time of need, in your lowest hour. These are people who have witnessed your struggle. And so this glow up, this dramatic change for the better, that is going to have you shining so bright that no one is going to be able to ignore how much you've changed and how much you're glowing by sitting in the presence of spirit. They are going to be blown away at everything that you've achieved. They're going to be blown away at how far you've come. Abandoned. There are going to be people that you're going to have to leave behind. That is how drastic this change is getting ready to be. Not only are you going to change places, but you're going to probably change residences. Nothing about your life right now is going to look the same 1 year from now. The people that you call your friends, your hobbies, your habits, All of that stuff is getting ready to get revamped. So even if, like, let's say you are an artist, right? And you draw all the time. Well, a year from now, you'll be making money from your art, something like that. These won't be just little drawings that you keep in your notebook, in your, night study, in your nightstand table. These will be items that you share with the world. You will be broadcasting your work online. You will be broadcasting your work to potential clients. You will be receiving some kind of exchange, energetic exchange for what it is you love to do. Like that. That's what I mean by everything is getting ready to change and nothing is going to be the same. And there will be things that you leave behind. The days of you not having the faith or the courage to believe that people would be interested in looking at your work, those days will be over. You will never think like that again about your work or what you do or what it is you love. You will put it on a pedestal. You will make it a priority. It won't just be a hobby. It'll be a part of your identity. Okay. I want to do some love oracles about love coming in here with this open heart. Player. Okay, so your intuition is going to be on fire. If you guys are single and are dating, when you come across people in the dating world going forward, your intuition is going to be on fire. You won't even give people the time of day in the future. If your intuition tells you something is off about somebody, you immediately exit stage left. You don't give them the benefit of the doubt. You no longer do that stuff because your intuition is going to be on fire. Vulnerability. And because you're going to be in such an open-hearted space, you are getting ready to attract someone who is just as emotionally available as you. I love how I can be completely myself around you. Experiment. I know this is new for you, and I appreciate how open-minded you could be. So there's something that's getting ready to be unconventional for you. Either your approach to love is getting ready to be completely different, or the types of people that you date is getting ready to be completely different. Lots of change here on the board. I'm actually surprised the number 5 did not come out during your signs and synchronicities. Love struck. It's pretty obvious that you're into me. Okay, so you guys are getting ready to attract a lover that is going to be just smitten by you. It's going to feel like Cupid struck them with their arrow. I'm seeing like romance, not just, I like you, you like me, or lust, or even passion. I'm seeing like romance. I'm seeing you and this person going on adventures, vacations. I'm also seeing like you guys doing regular stuff, but it feels like an adventure. Like, how you could walk to the park and with anybody else, it was just a walk to the park. With this person, it's not just a walk to the park. It felt like an adventure. You guys could go grocery shopping with each other and it doesn't feel like a regular trip to the grocery store. That is what I'm seeing, the images that I'm seeing. All right, I'm going to do some tarot now. Spirit, what is going to be my group one's overall energy in the coming year? Somebody who's put in a lot of work. You guys are going to be hard at work manifesting this new life. It's almost like somebody said, ready, set, go. You got 1 year. Show me what you can do in 1 year. Literally. I don't know what is getting ready to signify to you guys, oh, I need to get started now. Let's ask, Spirit, what is going to motivate my group ones to initiate this major change in their life? For some of y'all, I'm hearing that you're already doing it. Okay. Like this change has already started for some of you all. Stability. Some of you all could be moving or buying a house. Something about a happy home here with the Four of Wands. Your desire to have a happy home. You know that anything worth having is worth working hard for. So you're investing that time. And then there are things in your life that you feel like got out of control or caused you pain in the past because of a lack of boundaries. So at some point during this next year, you're going to realize that all of the hardships that you've endured, most of them were due to the fact that you had a lack of boundaries, either with yourself, certain situations, or other people. If you spent all last year dog tired because you didn't know how to turn down your boss when they asked you if you wanted to work over and you knew you had nothing left to give, but you gave it anyway, and then you paid for it on the back end with your body, that'll never happen to you again. If you missed field trips or soccer games or whatever for your kids because you let other things take precedence over the things that you feel that should have mattered the most, that'll be a thing of the past. You will never allow something to get in between you and what you value the most. More importantly, what I'm hearing too with this Queen of Wands card, you're getting your priorities in order. Maybe in the years of the past, you thought that maybe money was a priority or a relationship was a priority or whatever you thought was a priority. You're deciding that while those things are important, they were not supposed to be my top priority because I ended up suffering in other ways and I regret it. I will never feel that kind of regret again. Oh. Tell me about this abundance that's coming in for my group ones, Spirit. What's this about? Oh, wow. Y'all got the Ace of Wands. And then you got the Sun. And you got the Six of Pentacles. You guys are going to have so much money that you will be able to give money away. Set money to the side. Help the people you care about. With the Sun card, by following your happiness, your bliss, your sense of fulfillment, you guys are going to become so abundant. Okay, Spirit, tell me about this releasing card. Why is that here? What are they releasing? The Knight of Swords. What are they releasing? What is Group 1 releasing? Conflict. Expeditiously, I heard. With the Knight of Swords. I don't even talk like that. I low-key kind of heard T.I.'s voice in the back of my head. You guys will be releasing conflict. Anything that makes you feel uneasy, I'm telling you, your intuition is going to be on fire. It's going to be on fire. And anything that rubs you the wrong way, you guys are going to rectify it immediately. You are going to get rid of it immediately with this Knight of Swords card. The Five of Wands is a card of conflict, but when it's in reverse, it's about resolving conflict and coming to a place of peace. You guys will be releasing anything that causes conflict in your life. You will have a peaceful life. If you have been having a difficult time maintaining a peaceful life in the last year, whether it's due to, your financial situation, whether it's due to your friends, your family, your lovers, whoever has been causing you turmoil, I promise you, you won't have those problems in the next year. I'm also hearing that doing this is going to cause turmoil in other people's lives. They're going to be shooketh when you walk away from the drama, as if you don't care, because you really don't, because you've already reset your priorities. So something like that is at the way, way bottom of the list. You don't have enough currency to even care or to spend on something that menial, that trivial. Let's see. What advice do you have for my group ones? Justice. Okay, so you guys, Spirit is telling you to stay balanced and to make sure that you receive as much as you give. The Seven of Wands. Okay, so you guys are going to have to protect this new beginning at all costs. There will be haters. There will be naysayers. There will be people with drama who want to come in and disturb your peace. And you're going to have to be able to establish firm boundaries with these people and walk away with the Eight of Cups and put an end to that cycle. Put the last nail in the coffin with the Death card. Wow. Okay, Spirit, we're going to, wow. Tell me something about this person that's coming in. Is this a brand new person for group one? Or is this a past person? Two of Wands. You may have more than one love offer in the next year. Okay. This is somebody that's either going to restore your hope in love again, or this is somebody who you still have hope for that's coming in. One more. This is going to be a past person or a new person. The Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody that you might have history with the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. The Pentacles is something that is a foundation that already exists or that can exist. But with the Queen of Pentacles is something that's already in existence. So this could be somebody that you already know. How will my group ones know who this person is? Okay, so in the past, this person was guarded. You see this Four of Pentacles with the pentacle. They're holding it close to their chest. Remember how we were talking about opening up the heart chakra? This card normally denotes that this pentacle that he's holding here against his chest is him holding on and blocking his heart, right? So even though they're holding on, this is somebody that could have tried to hold on to you while also simultaneously not opening their heart to you or being vulnerable with you. But you guys got the vulnerability card here, which means this person is going to now be vulnerable with you. Ace of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So, yeah, this person is getting ready to try to offer you something stable this time around. More on this person. How will they know who this person is when they come back in? Or they come in, period. You got the moon reversed. This person, they hid their feelings. And they had secrets. There are things that are going to be revealed. But how you will know who this person is because when they come in, they're finally going to get rid of all of the secrets, all of the mystery behind the veil. What's the overall outcome for my group ones, Spirit? If they bring me down. You know that song? I don't know. It's just playing here. I know you like it, but it drives you insane. I know you like it, but it drives you insane. Y'all should go look that song up. It will not stop playing. What you wanna do, 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 do. It's an old song. If you try to play me. I can't remember how the words go, so I could be singing it wrong. Go look that song up and listen to that song. See what that song has for you, because it will not stop playing in my head right now. Then you got the Hangman. So your overall outcome, guys, is seeing things from a different perspective. But that makes a lot of sense. There is so much change here on the board. For you to go in such a drastically different direction than you've been going in this entire time, that's crazy work. Not only do you drastically change, but you drastically change for the better. This is you literally coming up with some kind of strategy. So some of you all, I see you guys meditating. If you've never meditated, I see you guys doing it for the first time. Some of you guys, I see you doing visualization techniques, doing money magic, like writing out blank checks, um, making yourself like a tip jar where you write on a piece of paper all the things that you're grateful for in order to manifest situations or attract situations that increase your gratitude. You know, when you're grateful, when you feel gratitude, it attracts more situations that make you feel gratitude. If you are feeling like you are broke, poor, when you feel those kinds of emotions and you wallow in it, then you end up attracting more situations that make you feel poor. So now here comes the red notice from the electricity company, because now we're going to shut your lights off. You spent so much time dwelling on, I can't pay my bills. I can't pay my bills. Well, now your lights are going to get shut off. I mean, granted, the law of cause and effect is also in effect here. So it's not just about how we feel, but you never know what miracles can happen when you are high vibrational. That lady in the invoice office, she could actually forget to push your account into default. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you can manifest. You don't know what kind of miracles can come your way. I remember when I was 21. I was 21. So this was like 16 years ago. This was like 15 years ago. I would say about 15 years ago. So I was probably like 22. When I was about 22, I was a young mom. My son, I had a baby. He was my first baby, and he was only about 1 year old. And I found out that there was a low income housing opportunity about 30 minutes from where I lived. They have opened up their waiting list, and I went up there to fill out an application. And When I got up there to that office and they gave me the application, I said, I'm turning this application in today. Because if you know anything about the waiting list, it fills up quick. And then before you know it, even though you have to wait, at least you made it on the waiting list. If they close the waiting list before you get your application in, then that's just it for you. So I sat out in the parking lot in my little busted car. I'm talking about one of the raggediest cars I've ever owned. I sat out in the parking lot in my car and I filled out that application and I prayed for that apartment. I prayed, and at that time I was a devout Christian. I hadn't even really started exploring um, anything. I was just doing what I had been taught all my life. And I tapped into some kind of miracle energy. I kid you not. I prayed so hard in that car that I literally felt chills all over my body. I wanted this so bad because I was staying with relatives at the time and they were not necessarily happy about taking me and my child in. There were about 10 of us in that house and it was a 4-bedroom house. So it was a very uncomfortable and cramped living situation. I turned the application in and then I get a letter in the mail that said, because I was living with a relative, I was ineligible for their program. That I did not meet the guidelines of someone who needs a place to stay, because technically by their standards, living with a relative is not being in need. Living because that's family, right? So I didn't think much of it. I said, okay, whatever. And I took my L and I kept it pushing. A year later, they called me and told me that my apartment was ready. Now, whoever sent me that letter, they were right. I was living with a relative and I was unaware of that guideline. Had I known that that was one of their guidelines, I probably would have lied on the application. But I didn't know. I didn't know that was this information that I probably shouldn't have shared. Whoever sent out that letter did not do their due diligence. You know why? Because a miracle was getting ready to take place. And nothing can stop what God has for you. They called me to tell me that my apartment was ready and that I had 30 days to move in. You best believe I did everything I needed to do so that I could move into that apartment, and I ended up living there for 4 whole years. For 4 whole years, I did not have to worry about paying rent. They even gave me electricity vouchers. They took care of the gas. So I didn't pay a bill but my phone bill. I was able to go back to school. I went to college. I didn't graduate, but that's not the point. That entire 4 years I went to school and I enriched my mind. I enriched my body and I gave myself the break that I always needed, because in reality, you guys don't know much about me, but I have been on my own since I was 15. I had to run away from home when I was 15 years old. So I said all of that to say, be careful with your energy. Be mindful with your energy, because you never know what you are calling into your life. It doesn't matter if it makes sense, because if what made sense is what always happened, I would have never got that apartment because I did not meet their guidelines. I just didn't. I was living with family, remember? But I manifested a miracle for myself. And the same thing goes with tragedy. You can manifest a tragedy for yourself. Be mindful with your energy. I'm going to pull one more for the outcome. I did not mean to talk y'all's ear off like that. The Knight of Cups. Somebody is coming in with an offer. So because you guys are getting ready to master the art of opening your heart chakra and attracting high vibrational energy, attracting the things that you love, you will also attract people that you love. I'm also hearing soul tribe. So not just a lover, but people that are on the same wavelength as you. where you can be genuinely and unapologetically yourself and be welcomed, loved, and embraced. Okay, group one, that was your reading, and I was very much so obliged to give that to you. I enjoyed that reading very much, and I hope you did too. Okay, group two. We have the Seahorse Spirit here. And the Seahorse Spirit says, watch and wait. So I'm pulling out my little book now so that I can read to you guys the oracle message for the Seahorse Spirit. Watch and wait. Hovering gracefully, the seahorse observes the perspective of one who is not engulfed by the drama, remaining at a distance from the turbulence. Seahorse spirit appears at this time to remind you of the need to be neutral and gain perspective. Your message from Seahorse Spirit is not my circus, not my monkeys. Spirit wants you to know that even if you are tempted to jump into the fray and try to fix things, the best way to serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and see. Another message here is that whatever you query, Seahorse Spirit asks you to step back from it. Be willing to explore things from different angles rather than a single one, and just observe what is possible. From the perspective of the position of the neutral observer, you will discover a myriad of opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you seek and why. And you will know beauty, truth, love, and wisdom. Okay. Very interesting message, Seahorse Spirit. Group 2, my little seahorses. We're going to get started with some signs and synchronicities. I just cut the deck and Popular just stood out to me. It's the first card when I cut the deck. So that's a bonus sign and synchronicity. Some of you guys may be popular in the next year. Scorpio. Some of you guys could be Scorpios. I know I read for Scorpios, so I do have Scorpios on my channel. Hello, my Scorpios, for those of you that are in my group too. Some of you all could be dealing with the Scorpio, have Scorpio highly aspected in your chart, or Scorpio season is getting ready to be very significant for you within the next year. Throat chakra. Okay, so some of you guys could be learning how to express yourself or refraining from saying something in a situation that might not directly affect you. Take it as it resonates. Reiki. So some of you guys are going to be learning about energetic healing and reaching people energetically, feeling other people energetically, and also being able to heal others. So maybe you're used to giving your healing energy in one way, and Spirit is telling you to step back and find a more indirect way to offer energetic healing to the people around you that you want to help. Ask me out. Oh, so love is coming out for y'all. We're going to see what that's about. Let's pull past life. So some of you guys will be completing a karmic cycle, or you guys are going to be gaining a better understanding about a karmic cycle that you are currently in. So there's some kind of lesson that you are going to be learning. Bluff. Pretending, mask, exaggeration, family. Some of you all could be focused on your family or growing your family in the next year. Hoping. Okay, so somebody is going to be wearing a mask with you. And they're going to be hoping that you don't see through this mask. Some of you all are hoping that there's something that you're putting your faith in. This is another message I'm channeling. There's something that you guys are trying to have faith about, and you're hoping that it's not a bluff. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. You're hoping that it's real. That this is not you being disillusioned right now by yourself. Like this is not a symptom of disillusionment. This is genuinely your intuition. So you guys are following your intuition about something in the next year. And as you're following it and trying to have faith, you will find yourself feeling tested that maybe this is not real, that you're silly to listen to your intuition, and that you're disillusioned. Curse. Okay, so there, and then it came right up under past life. Now, the thing about the curse card and the past life card is they're both about cycles that can't just be broken. A past life card or the past life card is more about repeated patterns, but either way it goes, it's a loop. You keep going in the same circle, in the same circle, in the same circle until you learn the lesson, complete the cycle, and move on to a new cycle. Right? Or you keep going in the same cycle, in the same circle, in the same circle, and then instead of learning the lesson, you decide to go into some form of disillusionment. And then you don't, it's like you fail that cycle and then you demote yourself. Because now instead of just having this one problem, now you have the problem of being disillusioned. So there's going to be some kind of thing that is going on, some kind of repeating cycle that is going to be happening with you in the next year. And you're going to wonder, like, why can't I break out of this cycle? Why do I keep, every time I look up, I see myself going in this same monotonous cycle? Open heart. Oh, wow. You guys are going to be doing I'm seeing altar work for some of you all. I don't know if all of you all are into that kind of thing, but that's what I'm seeing. Okay. So now we've got open heart. Some of you guys are going to be praying, is what I'm getting. Looking for downloads, really leaning on your intuition, regardless of the fact that your intuition, you feel like your intuition may be leading you astray. You guys' faith in the divine, your faith in your ability to listen to your intuition is very strong. Regardless of the fact that you even might feel like you're cursed, you are still getting ready to lean on your own intuition. And you're going to kick it up a notch. You're going to really open your heart and look for answers. Conflict. One day. All right, so before this cycle closes itself out, by the time you reach 1 year, all of this stuff will have ended up resolving itself. But it's going to get a little rocky. This may have a lot to do with family and generational curses is what I'm saying. So some of you all, what I'm also saying now is some of you all are actively breaking generational curses. That is what I see for you guys in the next year, is breaking the chains of generational curses so that the ones that come after you don't have to. And when I say that, I'm talking about your personal legacy, your children. Once you break these curses, you will pass down, energetically, you will pass down the tools that is needed to circumvent the certain things that you had to deal with that they won't have to deal with. I had a very rough upbringing. In the beginning, it was very happy. And when my parents it wasn't very happy. I wouldn't say that, because my father was always, he had an anger issue. But once my parents separated, things got really bad for the worse. And there were things that I had to endure from both my mother and my father that I am proud to say I've never put my children through that. But that is because I did the work and I healed my trauma. And if I hadn't have done the work to heal my trauma, I would have unknowingly walked down the same path as my parents. And that's where I see you guys. I see you guys breaking generational curses so that the ones that come after you, your little ones, they don't ever have to experience what you had to experience. Okay. Let's see what's going on in your love life. Right out the gate, we got synergy. We could achieve so much more together than we would individually. So right off the top, I'm seeing you in a power couple dynamic. Okay, so some of you all, one of the patterns one of the repeating patterns that you all have been involved in is being with like bums, romantically, I mean. You might have bums in other areas of your life, but right now I'm speaking specifically on your love life. People who are opportunistic and they see their partners as someone to take advantage of. They have a skewed sense of entitlement to what their partner has once they go into partnership with someone, right? So just because we're together, your money is my money and my money is my money. A mentality like that. Or not, let me rephrase that. Your money is our money and my money is my money. Like that. So where whatever you have, well, you're supposed to share. We're together. But then whenever they got something, it's for them and only them. Laughter. So there's someone This new person that's coming in for you, they're going to make you laugh a lot. You guys are going to be able to share like a very happy, light energy with each other. And spiritual, you all might have a very spiritual connection with this person, or you may have very similar spiritual beliefs. Okay, let's do some tarot now. The Justice card. So your overall energy for this next cycle that you're going to be going into in the next year is going to be you righting wrongs. Yeah, some of you guys genuinely feel cursed. Like somebody may have cursed your family, your bloodline. I don't know. But some of you all are going to be taking a proactive standpoint at correcting all of like the misdirected energy that you see yourself, like it's already, what am I trying to say, like your mom may have been mishandled or abused or abandoned as a child, and somehow, even though she might have been in your life, she still somehow found a way to make you feel mishandled, neglected, abused, abandoned in your life. She could have felt that way because maybe her mother was an alcoholic and wasn't even in her life. Or maybe her mother passed away at a young age and she didn't even get a chance to get to know her mother. So it made sense why she felt that way. But she passed that down to you, not because she wasn't there, but because now she's stuck in this cycle. She's in a generational curse. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so now she made you feel neglected and feel abandoned and blah blah blah. And your where you're at in this next year is correcting that. Making the decision to never do that to your children or whatever. Maybe your father was always broke, right? Never had money for anything. Well, the reason why he was always broke was because he had some kind of addiction. Maybe he gambled. Maybe he was a drug addict. Who knows? Maybe he just simply did not know how to manage money. And so then you find yourself mismanaging money, not because you're an addict, not because you gamble, but no one's ever taught you financial literacy. So you are taking proactive steps to educate yourself on how to balance your finances. That is the kind of energy that I'm seeing here for you, group 2. Why is this curse card here, Spirit? Explain. Explain. The Ace of Cups. Some of you all feel like your love life is cursed. Like maybe so you might have mother issues or father issues, and you keep on manifesting lovers that remind you of the worst parts of your father, remind you of the worst parts of your mother. Six of Cups. Oh yeah, this is definitely past life energy all over this board. What is open heart? The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So this is not even something that is going to come easy to you. A lot of you all don't even know how to allow yourself to be emotional enough to be vulnerable with yourself, let alone other people. And so you're getting ready to start dissecting yourself. I'm hearing open heart surgery. That's literally what I'm hearing. Like you guys are getting ready to do open heart surgery. You're getting ready to slice open your own heart and dissect every little layer, every little piece, so that you can pull out every broken shard of glass, so that you can pull out every thorn, every tender spot. You can examine it and decide and figure out why this hurts, why that hurts, why I'm blocked here, why I'm blocked there. I'm hearing open heart surgery. Okay. One day. What's one day? The Queen of Cups. And one day you will be healed. So, wow, that's beautiful. So we started here with the curse card. To clarify that, we got the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. You literally go in during this next year. You're going to go in and confront your shadow self, your younger self, your wounded self, your inner child. Look at the card of the Six of Cups. In the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck, I don't know if I'm too close. In the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it's about, I want to say it's an older person reaching out to a child. Either way it goes, this is still an older individual connecting with a younger individual. The Six of Cups is about people from the past returning. The person from the past that's getting ready to return to you in the next year is your inner child. If you're 20 years old, then some 10-year-old version of you is getting ready to revisit you so that you can break this curse. Think of like one of those shows where like somebody comes back from the past and they're like, we have to change the future. And I don't know if you guys watch Charm, but that's really what I'm thinking of right now. That's what came to my mind when I started channeling that message, was when Wyatt comes back, when Piper's son Wyatt comes back to the future. He comes to the future while he's still a baby. His mom is literally sitting there with him as a baby. And Wyatt and Chris pop up as adults. And they say, we have to change the future or there won't be a future. We have to alter the past so that we can change the future. That is what I'm seeing here for you guys. You guys are literally getting ready to be revisited by a younger version of yourself so that you can alter the past, heal the past, so that we can change the reality of the future. Tell me something about this person that's coming in for my group twos. Whoever this person is, they're very attractive and very charming. Or they're going to feel that way about you. Why is synergy here? The Nine of Pentacles. Oh my God, this person is going to want to put an end to your single days. They actually might here because of this. The synergy card is a card of it's a power couple card. We can't be, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of being single and independent and abundant all by yourself. We can't be a power couple if you're too busy being by yourself. Right? Okay. I like that. I like that. How will my group twos know who this person is? They'll be very generous with you. You won't even have to ask. They'll be so generous with you. What is my advice for my group twos? The Knight of Wands. To date, even if you do feel like you might want to settle down with this person, give yourself an opportunity to date. More on their advice. What's their overall advice? Okay. To walk away from people who go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. With the Five of Swords in reverse, the Five of Cups, do not cry over spilt milk. So while you're doing this shadow work and you're revisiting your inner child and you're healing your past, do not get caught up on the things that went so terribly wrong and get stuck there, because now you're stuck in another cycle. Do not go back to the past and then get stuck in the past. I can't tell you how many television shows or how many movies that where they have this go back to the past type of storyline, and that is one of the main dilemmas, is that they go back to the past and now they waited too long and now they don't know how they're going to get back to the future, or the tool that they use to go to the past, they got to figure out how to fix it in order to get back to the future. That is just the writer trying to express this dynamic right here, going back to the past, healing those wounds, and while trying to heal that wound, getting so caught up that you end up forgetting why you came. Now you're stuck in the past, stuck in that trauma, instead of trying to heal that trauma. Do not start crying over spilt milk. Make peace with the past and move forward. Your inner child is wounded. Patch them up, kiss them on the forehead, reassure them, tell them it's okay, and then grab them by the hand and walk them into the future with you. Do not sit there with your inner child crying with them over this wound. Don't do that. Dust them off, reassure them, love on them, which is really just you loving on yourself, giving yourself that self-love, that validation that you never got. Acknowledge their pain, but grab them by the hand and walk them into the future. We're moving forward. We're not going to stay right here forever. What's the overall outcome for my group 2? The Chariot. I like that. That's forward movement. That's overcoming any obstacle in our way energy. Whew, I thought my mic turned off. I got so scared. One more for the overall outcome. The Strength card. You see her. Oh, and then I knocked one out. The Page of Swords. This is a card of curiosity. So yeah, you guys are getting ready to get real curious. You're getting ready to dissect your own heart and do open heart surgery. But the Strength card, you know, in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, the original card, the original image is the Empress. This woman right here is supposed to be the Empress. You see the infinity symbol over her head? That is to signify that she is infinite, an infinite being. In the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck, she has her hand in the lion's mouth. She has tamed the beast, so much so that she can reach inside of its mouth and not have to worry about her hand getting snatched off. That is the equivalent of this curse, this negative cycle that has been perpetuating itself in your life for your entire life. It has been sweeping you off your feet and knocking you on your shit every chance it got. It has been overpowering you and throwing you all around. And for the first time in your life, you're realizing what is happening here. And when you finally get the strength to confront this thing and take charge of it, you are going to be so powerful. It will be the equivalent of you sticking your hand in a lion's mouth. You getting control over this cycle will be the equivalent of you taming a wild beast. So that is your reading. That is your reading, group 2. That was very deep, very spiritual, actually. So you might not see like physical things, but there is going to be a change on the inside that happens for you. A beautiful change that happens on the inside for you. And it's going to change your life forever. Because if you ever felt like you weren't manifesting what it is you wanted in this life, in your reality, please believe me, these recurring negative cycles, these repeated patterns, these karmic lessons, that is all that has been holding you up. And those cycles, we go through those cycles willingly. We don't realize that we're doing it, but we are. And you guys are going to be realizing the part that you're playing in your own demise and putting an end to a cycle and ultimately healing. And that's why the Reiki card came out. All this time you've been thinking that healing was one thing. And in the next year, you're getting ready to learn about energetically healing instead of healing in this way or that way or any other way. You're going to learn how to energetically heal yourself, starting with your inner child. Maybe you've changed your diet a million times to heal your body. And in the next year, you're getting ready to learn that it doesn't, not saying the diet doesn't matter, it does. But that healing is a spiritual thing. And you're going to heal your own energy. All right, group 2, that was your message. I hope that helped. We're going to move on to group 3 now. All right. Okay. Now, last but not least, we have the peacock spirit. And the peacock spirit says, let it shine. And you know what I'm thinking? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, I'm gonna read you guys the oracle message for Peacock Spirit. It says, let it shine. When is the last time you shook a tail feather and shined your light for all to see? Within each of us is a peacock spirit yearning for expression. You are called now to show the world the gorgeous creature you are, for you are a manifestation of spirit. Come out of the shadows, Peacock Spirit says, and show your true colors so that others may be inspired to express their own exquisiteness. Dance as if you remember that you are made of stardust and grace, filled with the life force, energy, and sparkling light. You are a channel for divine love, and your dance is one of a kind. Catch the light and help it to shimmer and dance in celebration of your good fortune of being right here, right now. Spirit wants you to be joyful so that others may get up and dance along with you. All right, now I ain't gonna lie to you. It did make me want to sing when I first when I first started channeling the energy of that card, but I wasn't expecting all of that. All it just said right there. Some of you guys have been dimming your light to make other people feel more comfortable. I had that message the other day. I can't remember which sign it was for though. Put Put it in the comments if it was your sign and you watched that reading and you heard me say that to you. And you just so happen to also pick group 3. We're going to get started with some signs and synchronicities. Spirit. Holy Spirit. What messages do you have for my group 3 collective? What signs and synchronicities should they be looking out for about the year ahead? Pain. Oh, there's something about pain here. Maybe some of you all have been having difficulty shining that beautiful, bright light inside of you because your light has been dimmed by the burden of pain. Let me tell you something about pain. Sometimes pain, even though it's uncomfortable and nobody wants to endure it, granted. But like, you know that song by Britney Spears, you want a hot body? You want a good body? You want a Maserati? You better work, bitch. You want to, what she say, you want to sip martinis, look good in a bikini? You better work, bitch. That's like one of my favorite workout songs. You want to look good? You got to work. And that work that you put in at the gym, that hurt. Sometimes that pain, those are birthing pains. Those are labor pains. Fancy. Some of y'all are going to be living real good next year. This time next year, you're going to be living a completely different lifestyle. Not saying that there's anything wrong with hunting for bargains, but when that is how you have to live your life in order to survive because you're living paycheck to paycheck, and then one day, I mean, you can clip a coupon, but it won't make or break you if you don't clip a coupon. That's a whole nother ball game right there. And that is where you guys will be next year. You won't be pressed for clipping coupons. Not saying you should stop. I'm just saying that coupon won't decide whether or not you're going to be able to eat. You know what I'm saying? You won't be out here bargain hunting. You won't be out here choosing the lower quality item simply because of the price. Promotion. You all are getting ready to level up. And I'm hearing this is not just about a job. Because normally when people see the word promotion, they think of a job. This is not about something that some man here on this third dimension, on this earthly realm. This is not about an accolade that someone here on the earthly realm grants you. No, this is about you literally ascending spiritually, being higher vibrational, making better choices, living a healthier lifestyle. And I'm not talking about food. I mean, food could be a part of it too. You could literally have changed your diet, stop smoking, stop drinking, stop partying so hard, whatever. But your quality of life is getting ready to level up. And it has nothing to do with validation from man. It has everything to do with validation from self. I see jealousy at the back of the deck. Some people ain't going to be able to. I just heard that some of y'all are getting ready to replace your ex with that jealousy card. So somebody is not going to be able to take it. You finna be making more money than you ever made, driving a nicer car than you've ever driven, living in a nicer house than you've ever lived in, and walking around with something fine on your arm for real, for real. And I flat out heard one of your exes is just not finna be able to take it. Astral plane, I told y'all, this has nothing to do with validation from man. This has everything to do with you being valid because you validated yourself. This has everything to do with your new reality manifesting because you put in the work to make it real. You didn't beg anybody for nothing. You wanted something and then you went and got it. Now I'm hearing Ariana, I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. The Seven Rings song and period. You wanted it and you went and got it. And if somebody want to sit up and be jealous of that, let them. It ain't like you did something special. You didn't do nothing special. They can do the same thing for themselves. They can do the same thing for themselves. The reason why they sitting up mad at you is because they trying to figure out who told you. You must think you all that. The rest of us sit around and we take what's given to us, and you out here going and getting what you want without any permission from anybody. Who you think you are? That's all that's about. Oh, wow. Open Heart came out for every last group. And I can say that now, group 3, because you're my final group. So that is just something that is going on with my collective right now. You guys are focusing on opening your heart because, and get this, we cannot receive with a closed heart. I mean, we can receive, but we're going to receive some BS. See how I stopped myself from saying that? I'm getting better. Anyway, you stopping yourself from receiving BS, and you're receiving higher vibrational things now. Quality energy now. Quality people now. Quality opportunities. You know how like you can have, it's almost like when you dating. I listen to readings too. And whenever I listen to a love reading, they'll say, Leo, you've got so many options. Options? You call busty, dusty, and disgusty an option? Just because it's 3 of them mofos standing right here. Yeah, okay, I got options. None of them are good options. You guys are going to be in a position now where your options are going to be good. And I'm not just talking about in dating. I'm talking about in life in general. Releasing. So there's something that you're going to be letting go of by the time this time next year. This person or these people, they'll be a distant memory. You won't even be thinking about them no more. Intuition. Oh, wow. So some of you all struggle with listening to your intuition. And that is something that you guys are going to be focusing on here with the Nourish card and the Intuition card. That is part of your personal progression. That is part of your soul's mission in this life. That's probably a part of your soul contract. You probably came here very logic based, where you started at in your journey, only so that you could come to a place where you were forced or encouraged or inspired to listen to your intuition. Distracted, sidetracked, change and delays. Peace. Well, too many came out, so I'm going to put those back. But remember that peace, I said peace. So peace is another thing that you will be achieving in this next year. Heart fog. Oh, you guys got a lot of stuff going on with your heart. Mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. So with open heart here, heart fog, pain and intuition, it's really giving that you are opening a heart that has been closed for a long time, if not for the majority of your life. You're not someone who is very emotional at all. You're very logical. Logic is your comfort space, and you're getting ready to step outside of your comfort zone and step into your heart space within this next year, which is good. So that means you guys are really, oh, excuse me, you guys are really, what am I trying to say? You have mastered your masculine energy. You are a problem solver. You are a self starter. You are an initiator. You are innovative. You are inspiring. You are a leader. Um, you are a disciplinarian. You're the type of person that can check another person and it not come from a nasty emotional place. It come from a place of strictly just observing the facts. Well, Bob, you've been late every single day. Okay, so Bob, I don't want to hear about how your boss is treating you so unfair. Because me, as your friend, Bob, I'm witnessing the fact that, well, in reality, your life is a mess. You're disorganized. And so when it's time to get to work in the morning, every single morning, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. And that's why you're late. And you are late every day, Bob. Like that. And because you are so analytical, sometimes you might come off as cold or heartless because the facts, they don't care about feelings. You know what I'm saying? You're one of those people that people can come to get advice because you can be objective. You have genuinely mastered your masculine energy. But while that's a good thing, it is a good thing, it's also not so great thing either. It's not also a not so great thing either because we need balance. We're all dual creatures. We are both masculine and feminine. And so you've put a lot of energy into your masculine energy, and that's wonderful. That you are so, really have focused on that solar plexus chakra and that throat chakra. Okay? Them two things, they firing off with full force. But you know what happens when we only focus on our masculine energy? We force our solar plexus and our throat chakra to work overtime, right? Because now our sacral chakra is out of alignment. We don't do anything with our feminine energy. Our heart chakra is out of alignment. Our third eye chakra is out of alignment. It's good to be logical, but how can you really progress if you don't allow yourself to dream with your third eye? How can you really progress if you don't allow yourself to feel with your heart and be overtaken by emotion that leads to the type of inspiration that is required to create and be creative? Those are all feminine aspects. So, yeah, you guys will be learning how to really step into that feminine energy and balancing everything out. Also, now you'll be able to receive more too. With you being so much in your masculine energy, you weren't really in a space to receive. Now you'll be able to receive more. And this kind of thing can reflect itself in almost every aspect of your life. If you find yourself in relationships, I'm talking about romantic relationships where your partners, they don't give as much, they don't consider you as much as you consider them. That's because They're probably too overactive in their feminine energy and not enough in their masculine, where they've learned to master those two energies. And so now they expect to only receive. And you're very comfortable giving. You don't consider yourself as much as you consider them. And you don't consider that they should consider you as much as you consider them. Running. Ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Lusting. Oh my goodness. Group 3. That just really took a weird turn. Oh, I see here. I was about to say this just went way left, but it didn't. Spirit pulled it right back into view for me. So because you guys struggle so much with emotions and having blocked and repressed emotions, whenever you are in a situation or around someone that requires you to be emotional, you run. And there could be a specific situation in your life right now that you might have run from, but you can't run because you can't stop lusting for this person. It's like you physically ran away from them or you emotionally ran away from them, but all right, group 3. The camera cut off on me because I ran out of space. So what we left off on is this lusting card. So there's been something or someone that's challenged you to open your heart. And when you were faced with that challenge, you didn't open your heart. You ran. But you weren't able to run far because you genuinely want this person. Now, when I started pulling your love oracles, the energies that came out for you were situationship and benched. So when the benched card came out, initially the message I got off of that was that you could have ran or this person could have ran. This person could have took off running. They could have been like, eat my dust, because I don't know who you think you are. Because the bench card says, I'll give you just enough attention to keep you around as a backup option. Whoever this person is, this card came out. Catch. I'm everything you've been looking for and more. This person is a catch. Anybody worth having is not going to sit around and allow themselves to be treated like a backup option and receive breadcrumbs. That's just not going to happen. If somebody is willing to do that, then they're not actually a catch. You have tricked yourself into thinking that something that is trash is a treasure, right? This person genuinely is a treasure. They just are. They're the prize or a prize. And so when you face them with this kind of energy, they could have took off running from you. Nevertheless, either way it goes, whether you ran or you pushed this person away, all of this happened because you refuse to listen to your intuition. You refuse to do some soul finding and to grow, to progress. You refused to open your heart. And so you gave off mixed signals. And all this non-committal energy, it ended up pushing this person away. In the next year, in the year to come, this is something that you're going to actually overcome. For this theme to take up most of your reading, this is a big deal for you. This is a very big deal for you, for this to be the dominant energy of the reading. This person is actually like That's so crazy because I did just say a prize. At first, I was going to say the prize, and then I said a prize, but in reality, they're the prize with the at the end or at the beginning, because this person, they signify something for you. They signify the end of an era for you. They signify personal progression for you because this person acts as a catalyst for you. They push you. They're your starter. You know how when you put your key in the car and you turn the key and you hear the ignition turn over? That's what this person does for you. They turn your engine over. They get you started. They rev you up. Otherwise, your heart chakra would probably remain shut down because you've done so well for yourself, just kind of basking in your own masculine energy, whether you're male or female. Yeah, and then it's mutual with this ending on it's mutual. That's an indication that eventually you will face yourself enough to where you will finally be able to face this person, and you all can exchange the idea of more, of intimacy, of being emotionally invested. And once you move into that space, you're going to find that they're just as interested in you as you are in them. Child, I'm scared of my damn phone. It be wanting to shut off. I don't even know what's the basis anymore. Okay, so we're done with these cards. We're gonna move on now. I'm gonna do some tarot before we get out of here. I just got pulled to this pain card. Okay, Spirit just pulled me back to the energy of this pain card. So a lot of you all have a closed heart because of some kind of painful ending that you've already had with someone else. And that's why you're not available. Some of you all are still hung up on someone else. And that's why you're not available. But for most of you all, you just decided to shut down. You felt some level of pain and then you shut down. You were highly disappointed, highly hurt, and you left the building. All right, Spirit. What's this promotion about? Ooh, Six of Cups. Oh, my goodness. All right. This is about a return from the past, a person from the past returning. This could also be you guys healing some wound within yourself. This could be your shadow self. This Six of Cups. But with it coming out for promotion, this connection that we're talking about here on this board could real life be a soulmate connection, because the Six of Cups is a past life lover card as well. This is someone from a past life coming into your life, someone that you feel like you've known before because your energies mesh so well together. Also for promotion and Six of Cups, this person, by connecting with this person, you experience some level of spiritual ascension, because it's like you become whole, more whole. This person helps you reach a level of satisfaction or self-fulfillment that you otherwise would not be able to experience without them, because of the vital role that they play in your life, because of the sense of fulfillment that you get out of being in their presence. What's astral plane? Why is that here, Spirit? All right, then you got Two of Wands. Oh, wow. You guys will be making a decision. Wow, this is really going to be deep for y'all. A lot of you all really do just struggle with your emotions and being emotional people and expressing your emotions. I don't know if somebody invalidated your feelings once before. You really got to heal that shadow side. and do some shadow work. But I mean, it's coming. This person is coming into your life. They're like your teacher or something right now. They're teaching you how to heal this part of yourself and how to embrace this feminine side of yourself. It's like you're estranged from that side of you. That's another message I'm picking up on. Like, I'm getting a lot of messages. This is really deep for y'all. Being able to be in touch with your emotions, that is really, really deep for y'all. You're much more comfortable in being in a logical space. That's your comfort zone. And all of this emotional stuff is really a struggle. More on this astral plane. The Temperance card. This is another soulmate card. This is getting wild. This is getting wild. I'm almost shocked that the soulmate card did not pop out in this oracle deck or this oracle deck. And because they didn't, I'm getting the impression that you guys could possibly be on the verge of letting a deep soulmate connection slip right through your fingers simply because you refuse to. This is crazy. This is crazy. I think, though, your intuition is telling you another thing about this Temperance card. You see, she's got a scale in each hand, right? In the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck, she has two cups in her hands. She has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. Each cup has something different in it. One cup has fire, the other one has water, and she's mixing the both of them together with 1 foot on land and 1 foot in water to show complete and total balance, but not just balance, but duality. Hot and water. Fire and water are two different elements. They're opposite elements of each other. So with this is like, once again, that duality we were talking about with the masculine and the feminine energy. You are receiving help from the astral plane, and I'm hearing specifically from your higher self. I'm seeing this individual here as your higher self, whether you're male or female, and they are trying to mix the fire and the water within you, and they're guiding you through it with your intuition. Why is fancy here? Not the high priestess and the page of wands. You're being inspired to listen to your intuition. The high priestess is all about intuition. But why for fancy? Hmm. Why for fancy, spirit? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So some of y'all feel more in control in your single state. Very fancy in your single state. Very abundant. Very tea. Okay. In your single state. Okay. I see now. I see now. But spirit is showing you that the abundance in all aspects, not just in singleness, but also in togetherness. All right. What's lusting? Why is lusting here? I told y'all. I knew this was about a person. I knew this was about a person. What did y'all get? The Lovers. You guys are lusting after someone who is more than just sex to you. you also get confused by that too. You guys get confused by your own sexual energy when it comes to this person because you do not allow yourself to feel your emotions the way that you should. And so you end up treating a lover's connection as if it's just lust. You can't help yourself. Y'all's reading is so unique. I feel like all three groups were very unique. But I had readings that didn't barely talk about love at all in this pick a card. And this one is talking about love lost, basically. A broken heart that needs healing. And the fact that love is trying to come in to nourish you and to help you heal, and you're rejecting it. This love is going to heal you. Not saying, I'm not trying to put so much responsibility on this other person because your healing is not somebody else's responsibility, but there are certain experiences in life that we have that allow us to heal. All right, what advice do you have for my group 3 collective? Because y'all's reading is running over because I really am mesmerized by this message. I'm not going to lie to you. The Tower card. It's time to let this foundation that you have built, this fortress that you have built around your heart, it's time to let it come crashing down. The Tower is about faulty foundations tumbling down to the ground. And with the Tower, it's like you thought it was a safe foundation because you built it up so high. You're thinking to yourself, yeah, this is solid ground that I'm building this fortress on. I am well within my right to build a fortress like this, because if I wasn't, then it wouldn't have never let me get it this tall. Wrong. Think again. Think again. You just were able to get away with it for a very long time, but this is still something that cannot sustain, and it's going to come crashing down, and you need to accept it. You need to embrace the breakdown of this fortress that is around your heart, unless you want to be alone forever. And everybody needs somebody. More advice? Yeah. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of protesting, fighting for your right, blah, 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 blah. It's reversed. Your advice is to fold on your belief. Spirit is begging you, please do not die on this hill. It's not that serious. It's really not. And you're fighting for something that you don't actually want. You're pushing people away so that you could be alone, and that's not even what you really want. One more for advice. Oh wow. Communication. So when you're ready, the Eight of Wands is a card of communication. You need to try to start expressing yourself. Now the Eight of Wands is about rapid communication, fast moving energy. For whatever the reason, there's urgency here. Why Spirit is trying to communicate urgency, I don't know. Maybe this person that you pushed away, you might have pushed them to their limit when it comes to you. They might have genuinely closed the door on you. And if that's so, that's okay. You know, a new person will come in. But I don't know, there's something very significant about this connection with this person that you pushed away. I think that there's some kind of healing that this person can offer you. The Eight of Wands is a card of urgency. I'm not trying to urge you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. But I will say this, with this being a reading for the next year, for the next 365 days, what I will say is that once you communicate your feelings with this person, with the Eight of Wands, things are going to move very fast from that moment on. What's the overall outcome for my group 3? Oh, wow, the Four of Wands reversed. That's coming out of solitude. Wow. Oh, that is so, I am so happy for y'all. I am so happy for y'all that y'all are going to make it out of this tomb. In the original Rider-Waite tarot deck, the Four of Swords is a card of a person in a church laying in a casket. So that's almost like what's going on. It's like you let a whole part of yourself just die, and with it being reversed, it's gonna be revived. And I really like that for y'all. One more for the overall outcome, and then we're gonna close out this reading. I ain't trying to scare y'all away or nothing, because y'all seem like y'all are terrified of commitment, but y'all got the Hierophant. The overall outcome, this person, you will probably end up marrying this person. If not marrying them, we're talking very high level of commitment. And with all of this fast moving energy, up to the point, at the point at which you start communicating, things move extremely fast between you and this person. So, I don't know. You guys seem very non-committal. And then once you communicate how you feel, I don't know. I guess you guys are going to be ready to get married. If not married, a very high level of commitment very soon. Okay. So group 3, that was your message. I hope that helped. It was a pleasure as always. And I will see you guys on the next one.